I do indeed. I've got these little dwarf mongoose. We've had some luck today with dwarf mongoose. This is the second grouping we've seen today, and they're doing much like the ones this morning in that they are all over the road, running around. Now, there's a little water point very close to where I am. There it is, and there was one that was making its way towards that water point to drink, and I was hoping that we might get drinking mongoose. Can you imagine if we had drinking mongoose? I don't think I've ever had drinking dwarf mongoose, well, that have been brave enough to drink where I'm sitting, and so it would be nice to find them. Now, the two in the back are having a serious game. They were tumbling around and biting each other, and so maybe we're going to see more of it. There's another two running down the road, also playing. You can see they're just coming out of everywhere now. It's mongoose fiesta at the moment, and there's last bit of energy being spent as the sun is starting to dip down, so these guys are starting to kind of head back to their mound where they're going to spend the night. But before that, it's a game time. It's time to chase each other around, roll around in the grass, bite and play and just hone their skills a little bit. Very, very cool to see. There comes another one. Hello, little one. They got a big fright because of the Francolin. Shame. They went running because the Francolin came down and made a whole bunch of noise. So there's a Natal Francolin. If anybody is not known what that is, easy to identify these guys. Very plain looking bird with orange legs with that spur that comes back. In fact, it's a Natal spur fowl, not a Francolin these days, I'm sorry to say. And then orange beak. But there comes more mischievous trouble. Now the Francolin's involved. Look at that. The Francolin's chasing the mongoose. Feast, you are a new viewer to our show, and I hope that you're loving seeing a bit of Africa, and you are saying you've never seen dwarf mongoose before. They're cute, aren't they? They're amazing little things. So they're the smallest land-based carnivore that we have here in the Djuma area. And look at this Francolin. This Francolin's being very naughty. They're chasing all of the dwarf mongoose around. It won't perturb these guys too much. They'll come back out on the road. And so no, there it comes again. It's almost like a little game between the Francolin and the mongoose. This is amazing. I don't know why it's chasing them. Maybe it's got eggs. That's what it could have. It might have eggs in the area, and the mongoose would be a major threat to the eggs of a Francolin. So that's maybe why it's chasing these guys. It could be that, because generally Francolins don't really care too much for mongoose, given that there's such a massive size difference. But if you have a situation where there's eggs around, that could make the Francolin be a lot more territorial and try and chase these guys away. You can see they're kind of coming a little closer, just investigating us. The longer you sit with them, the more kind of curious they get, and the more relaxed they get with you, and they'll start to then come along and see. Now you see it standing up to look into the grass, getting a little bit of height just to see what's going on. Amazing how many there are. They just kind of constantly come out of the grass and come running towards us. There comes another two. Into the grass they go. So very cool. That's a youngish one that's bounding along the road. Come on, quickly up the hill. Isn't it cool when you watch them running? It's like this little bobbing motion. Hey, little one. Yes, you are very busy. Super cute. That is cuteness overload. I know that some people say they look like rats, but I think they're very cool little animals, and I love watching them and actually spending time with them. They're always up to something, this lot, and they're very mischievous. And you see how they kind of creep into the grass. It's amazing, their camouflage. Once they get into the grass, there is no chance of seeing them. Now, we've got two left on the road. One is having a little lie down, just enjoying the last little bit. Are they going to play? Let's see. No, they've decided not to play just yet. I think it's the last two that are bringing up the rear. There we go. Look at that. Now, I believe a lot of you are loving this just as much as I am, and you're saying that they're so cute. They are incredibly cute, and that's the last one that's disappeared into the